You see a lot of lawyers advertise that they do civil rights law. You see it on their websites, but you never really get a good explanation as to what is civil rights, what are they, how does a lawsuit help to enforce those rights. In this country, most people are of the agreement that human beings were born with inalienable rights. We see those rights enshrined in our Constitution, in our Bill of Rights. Those are civil rights. And the case law and our courts have created additional rights. And some of those rights are best enforced through a lawsuit or a cause of action, such as 1983 cases, which can be cases that are brought when the excessive force is used by a police officer or other law enforcement. If you are a victim of excessive force at the hands of law enforcement, whether you've had an altercation during the course of an arrest, whether you were a bystander and got hit or abused, you need to act fast in these cases, because the law enforcement officer is really writing the narrative. They get the first word. They get to write what's in the police report. They get to write what evidence was at the scene, right? So you're already starting a little bit behind, right? Because you're trusting their veracity. And an officer, a human being, faced with those circumstances is going to tell a one-sided story. They would have a tendency to. You need to contact a lawyer right away to make sure that narrative is the truth. And second, to make sure none of the evidence that you might have known is there somehow disappears. You need to contact an attorney right away. That's before you even start evaluating whether you have a case. You need to make sure that the material to determine whether you have a case is preserved. This includes body camera footage, field notes, the officer's field notes when they're writing them down. This includes CAD reports from the officer's computer in their vehicle, their dash cam videos, their body cameras. This is all evidence that's going to be crucial in your case, and if you don't act right away, there's no duty upon them to preserve it. The Simon Law Firm, we've been there in the trenches, and sometimes the letter of preservation to preserve evidence is the most important thing you'll do in the case. Body camera footage somehow disappears. Surveillance video somehow goes missing. Where is it? If you have an attorney on the case, like the Simon Law Firm, we immediately preserve that evidence, send it, and make sure it's there. We've been there in the trenches at trial when we're watching these videos and going through my mind, I'm like, if we would have waited 6 weeks, would this video have been there? Would we have been allowed to show the jury this video, to know the truth? And sometimes I think it's not the case. If we didn't act, we wouldn't be there. So it's choosing an attorney who not just knows what is out there, but what to ask for and how to preserve it and how to use it. At the Simon Law Firm, to review a civil rights case, there's no charge. So we will take it, review your case, preserve the evidence, engage with the police department to make sure nothing goes missing so that we have time to review the case. We're not saying that all police engage in these practices. Unfortunately, there are few that do, and usually those few are repeat offenders. And we are here to help the police department really find who they are and get control of them and raise the level and quality of our police enforcement and law enforcement to the next level, to a level that we deserve here in St. Louis and in America.